I'm still doing a slight bit of setup. A couple of technical issues trying to get everything together, but tonight is starting the marathon for Resident Evil games. So give me a second to finish getting everything set up and we'll get going. Oh, here, I can go ahead and start the game up. I'm playing on beginner. I practiced and practiced and practiced on original, and I still don't have a super good. I still don't have that great a skill on taking down some of these bosses with the knife. So being able to take a little more damage could be a little more marathon friendly. I might play out a little bit of different idea
Alpha team is flying around the forest
later on at a different time. Maybe stream it playing on normal or range, doing a knife only.
Who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet.
But for the moment, I can't really do that.
Cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people.
Alright, and I'll be periodically monitoring chat throughout the night,
Bravo
so
team went to the hideout of the group
if something starts going wrong or anything like that, you guys just let me know, and I'll see what I can do to fix it up. If you notice the black space between the chat bar on the stream and the picture it says Niflheim Gaming, that's actually from the game. There's two black bars because this is a PS1 game I'm playing on the PlayStation Network.
It was Bravo team's helicopter. Nobody was in it.
And yes, I'm letting the opening cutscene play because, man, the live action acting and the voice acting in this game is what makes this game so great. I actually thought this was, mind you, the first time I played this game, I was really little, like 7 years old when this game came out. And at the time, I thought this was awesome. So, and that guy's scream gets me every single time. What's funny is this is supposed to be the director's cut, where
no, don't go.
This is supposed to be director's cut, where it was completely uncensored and everything else. But there's still actually a good bit of censoring, like when he pulled the hand up. The uncensored, he's supposed to show the entire severed hand from the dude. If you guys hear a little bit of buzzing from the fans, I apologize, but yeah, there's just no way I'm going through this without fans circulating some air. Just stay cool.
Jill Valentine. Mary Burton.
Another interesting little tidbit, if you see how they each have blood types when it's showing all the characters, it's because in Japan, a lot of media can give insights as to into a character's personality based on their blood type. I'm not sure if that's just a media thing or if that's actually like a social thing with them, but it's just a little interesting tidbit I learned a while back about it.
What is this? Wow, what a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Okay.
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
Man, there's been so much random stuff going on lately that I didn't practice near as much as I wanted to, despite giving myself plenty of time.
Partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this.
Alright.
Stay alert.
But here we go. This game I can run through somewhat quickly.
A dining room.
Let's see if I can activate the glitch to stop Barry. Nope. If you open your inventory screen on just the right timing, you can actually make Barry freeze in place and avoid this cutscene.
What is it?
Blood.
Which was something that I thought was kind of cool.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues.
I managed to pull it off one time in practice,
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
but I've been practicing on the PS3, not using an emulator to where I could save state and just practice it over and over. So we'll run through here, run over here, skip that cutscene, run away. So the trick to making it through a knife only run, don't fight unless you have to.
Barry?
That's one of the biggest pieces of advice I could ever
What
give
is it?
somebody.
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me
So
take
just
care
plain
of
and
this.
simple, don't fight unless you really need to for some reason.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
And hopefully, hang on just a second. Sending somebody the address so they can view the stream too. So if you guys can bear with me for just a moment. Luckily, I'm not going for any particular rank this time. There we go. Got that sent over. Alright. Sorry about that. There are going to be periodic pauses, especially on the ones that I'm not going for any particular rank on. I didn't get to practice 3 at all.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill.
And I haven't
Don't
really
leave
got to
this hall
practice
for the
anything
time
but 1
being.
and 2. Got to where I could run through them somewhat consistently. Quick way to end this search. Run back here, turn around, run back up front.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
But
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay?
so one
And
advantage to doing a knife only run, the game can actually run a whole lot
might be handy
quicker
if you, the master of unlocking,
than what it
take
normally
with you.
would. If you're searching for ammo,
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
the 2 that I owned when we were little and that we played more than
If
any
something
other
happens,
was
let's meet up in this hall.
this one and Code Veronica X. And I think this one was the one that we played more often. Than any of the others. Alright. Ooh, I almost forgot. Really quick. Let's grab some ink ribbons. Those are the only 4 ink ribbons I should need for the entire game. I'll do one save here. If I get killed before I get to the garden, I don't have to go through the intro again. Once I get to the guardhouse, I'll do a save. Come back to the mansion, I'll do a save. And in the laboratory, I'll save it. So... don't really need the map. Nor do I need to go off into that back room area. That back room has some ammo. Dogs can be annoying to try to dodge. Because their hitboxes are a little wonky. Grab that herb. That door's locked. I don't need in there. I don't need in that door. So, like I said, you can actually get around a lot of stuff without having to deal with it, just because you don't need the ammo and stuff. So, I don't know why I did that. I should actually just wait on doing that puzzle. So, turning random ways, just kind of standing and turning, you can actually confuse the zombies in this game. Their AI isn't programmed super well, and that makes part of the knife run a whole lot easier than it would be otherwise. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Handgun goes in, first aid spray goes in. Take the chemical because, unfortunately, with the red herb, not being able to use red herbs or first aid sprays, I can't really afford to take the hit for the glitch to skip having to use the chemical. There's a glitch you can do that'll push you further than you're supposed to be able to go, where the vine thing is. Here's a fun glitch. So, if you open your inventory right after an attack connects with an enemy, when you unpause it, you will actually be back into your normal starting stance, which can let you run and dodge them a little bit easier. And this guy is not... because they have a slight recoil when you attack them, even with the knife. So, doing that, you can actually run during that small little time frame, and it'll let you get by most often without getting hit.
No, but something's wrong with this house.
The glitch has a lot more uses. If you have like the shotgun or the grenade launcher, you can fire a lot faster.
There must be a back door somewhere.
Or even the Magnum, because the Magnum has a pretty good recovery time after each shot.
Okay, let's separate again.
The knife's not necessarily slow anyway.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you.
And
I'll take
this
this then.
just looks like a gray rectangle. Acid rounds, those are very, very useful for taking out hunters when you have the bazooka, but you use them on hunters, and I think they're also extremely useful against Yawn, which is a giant snake boss that you have to face. Okay, so run over here and see if we can't exploit another glitch. Of swinging through the statue. Once he falls. Oh, he's not going to take the bait. And that was my fault. Oh. Yeah, so I'm just going to say it. If it takes me a bit to get back to you and respond to something on chat, don't get mad. It is really hard to watch chat and watch what I'm doing on here too. Oh, he's already dead. That worked out. Push that statue off. We'll go get that jewel later. And here. Crap. Oh. Oh, that works. Sure thing, bud. Ah, he puked. No! Crap. Jesus, that could have been bad. At least they were puking zombies. The puke actually does less damage than the bites do, so... And unlike later games where, like, if they bite you or something and you push them away, all zombies in that area recoil with it. Nope. Nope, nope. I guess I figured that would be too nice in this game. So you can actually get trapped between two zombies and die pretty easily if you're not careful. Run here. This one is stay close, swing wide, and through the door. Like I said, I've practiced this one a lot because knife runs are not exactly known for crap being easy. Damn it, I didn't want to use that already. So there's an extremely finite amount of healing items that I have available in the game, especially with the restrictions that I got. That thing does, like I was saying, there's a glitch where you can come up like right here, it's like you come up right here, turn around once, or aim and turn around once, run through and it'll grab you here instead of right about here. It'll grab you about midway and then you can just run past. Grab the key and then you'll be good to go. But restriction on healing items, like I can't pick up the red herbs, makes that a lot riskier to deal with. Because one green herb heals like 33%, 30% of my health, something like that. 2 does 60 to 66, and 3 does 100. It's a full heal. What makes it a lot harder is if I'm picking up red herbs, one red herb and one green herb makes a full heal. So I'm actually cutting the amount of healing items I have basically in half. I don't want to deal with you right now. I don't think this room had anything important. Nope, this room doesn't have anything I need. Actually, remember that about every other attempt I go through on this. So now I can come up, go through here. A couple of differences between Chris and Jill. I guess I should explain that as to why it was part of the poll on Facebook. Chris readies his weapon faster, and he can also take a lot more hits than Jill before he needs to heal. But Chris doesn't have a lockpick, so you have to find an extra key. And Chris also has 2 less inventory spaces to hold items with, which can make it a lot harder to get through some areas, because item management's a huge thing in this. It's not quite as big of a thing with a knife only run, because I only have 1 weapon slot being used. With, say, normal run, where you might have, where you might have 2 weapons and ammo for each. Well, in Chris's, then you only have 2 slots for key items, and considering you almost always want to have at least 1 healing item, it really starts to limit you and makes you play a lot more restrictive. The funny thing is, it's actually, I think it would be easier to run through a knife only with Chris, because he can take, like I said, he can take more hits. I remember playing these games when I was younger and being awed at the puzzles that I came across. And I get awed at some of them, I get super mad at some of them. And now I played through some of these, like this one that I've played through hundreds of times, and I'm just like, huh, why did that ever make me mad? This in, so just so you guys know, like I said, these 2 I can breeze, this one I can breeze through easy. 2 on both scenarios I can get through fairly easy and fairly quickly. 3's gonna be a touch harder, because I didn't get to practice it, so it might take a little bit longer. Code Veronica, I should be able to get through somewhat quickly. Remake's gonna take a little bit, because I didn't practice it. And 4, 5, and 6 aren't really puzzle dependent, so there's a neat glitch if I was playing in the arrange mode that you can do in here. So if you examine the tiger statue, it says some tigers have a red eye and a blue eye. You can find a red gem later, and the red gem actually in the normal game gives you the magnum. If you're playing the arranged game, which the enemies do higher damage in, and a bunch of items are moved around, there's magnum ammo on the other side of that. There's 3 cases of it. If you pick up 2 cases and then walk out and come back in, those 2 cases respawn. And so you can actually get infinite magnum ammo in the advanced game, provided you're willing to dedicate a little time to this loading screen. Always thought for the longest time the doors opening was just kind of a thing to increase the creep factor, because survival horror game. Turns out it's actually just a really clever thing that Capcom did to cover up loading screens. So I'm gonna go in here. I know a lot of speedrunners and knife runners would say that going in here is kind of useless. For the most part it is. There's some healing items in here that I want. This is also where, if you have the stuff for it, you would go to change your costume for Jill or Chris. So now we have 2 full healing items. And go through here. So in this one, the zombies are pretty easy to dodge. In 2, they can be a little bit more problematic. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna have to run back through here. Actually, no I don't. What am I doing? I should not expose myself to unnecessary danger. In 2 and 3 in Code Veronica, they can move a little bit quicker, have a little bit smarter AI. Here. Go in there, don't just stand around. Okay, some more healing items here, which I will gladly go ahead and grab. Yes, I will take the green herb. Alright, there's another glitch I can do right. Nope, I didn't get it.
Richard, what happened?
So, if you can open your inventory on the same frame that the screen transitions to start that, she'll run up, and then
What kind of demon
after just a
attacked
moment
you?
you can open your inventory and close it again, gain control of her in the middle of the cutscene, run out, turn around, run back in,
Poisonous?
and you get to skip this whole
Richard,
cutscene
hold
plus having to
on.
run across the mansion to get the serum for her.
Serum? Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Again, the voice acting
Thanks.
is just awesome. 10 out of 10, best voice acting. Alright, we're gonna do it this way because Going downstairs and running through that short gauntlet of zombies is a lot easier to deal with than trying to dodge the zombies upstairs in super close quarters. Oh. So I know last time I streamed I was practicing some speedrunning for Final Fantasy IX, and I was talking about having gone to the doctor and what she suspected was going on with my back. And yeah, I went and got MRIs for it, and it turns out I've got a bulging disc that is killing part of the nerves around it, so I'll get off the wall. I had to go talk to a neurosurgeon, and he recommended surgery, so I don't know what the streaming schedule is going to look like for the near future. I don't really want to set like anything in stone, because I don't know how well, if at all, I would be able to stream or anything for that, so hang on just a second. Okay. But dodge him, swing wide. Alright, so we're not that far from being done with the first part of the game of first visit to the mansion. I have to get the serum to Richard, get the other 3 crests, which will happen pretty back to back, and then we head out for the guardhouse. So actually, let's go back out here really quick, and I'll go ahead and grab one of the other crests just in case I get bit by yawn. Oh well, gotta love badly programmed AI sometimes. Oh crap. Okay. I'm a little ashamed to admit this puzzle bewildered me for the longest time. So if you push that button in the floor without doing this, it releases poisonous gas. And as you just saw the solution to it. I'm sad to admit it took me a week to figure out how to get past this puzzle. Even if I was a little kid. Okay, don't want anything to do with that zombie. I think that's the door I need.
Here's the serum! Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it. I'm...
No! Richard!
Jill, be careful.
Oh, it's hard for me to check stuff, like through messages and stuff right now. I've actually got Twitch chat open up on my phone to read it, and it's hard to navigate through everything because I'm sitting on my couch playing because it's on the PS3, and I've got everything running through the computer. I look over periodically. Oh no, don't unequip the knife. Okay. Now comes one of the fun parts. This thing. So, we'll back up. Ah, crap, it got me. It's not good, not good, not good, not good. And Jill's poisoned. Yay. Oh, get out the wall, Jill. Ouch. No, 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 no. Okay. No trap. Run away. That's also why I grabbed the other crest already, because when I go out of here now, Jill's gonna pass out.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
Jill passes out. Barry rescues her, takes her back to the med room and gives her serum, but now I don't have to run back upstairs and across the place to get that crest. That only leaves the last one being in one last puzzle that's easy to solve.
Barry?
Alright, we'll grab that. That's all we need. Touch him, swing wide, and through the door. Second time you come back through the mansion is a lot more annoying, because you don't really deal with zombies the second time. Okay. Go into here. Have to deal with the dogs again. I wonder if I can get past them without getting hit this time. Ouch, nope. Just run, just run. Oh, one hit's not too bad. That door, I need. dog there. Also a dog over here. And that dog's dead, so. Grab one of these. Go ahead and preemptively use it. So it seems like I'm getting a whole bunch of healing items. I'm gonna have to leave one of them there. I'm really not. I'm gonna end up using way more than I like to admit. Okay, now we can run up here. I have to leave one of them because I have one more crest to grab, so I need that open slot. There we go. Ah, missed it. Oops, ran right past. So there's a picture at the end of this hall. I think it's called Cradle to the Grave, something like that. Basically, you have to go around and push a switch under each of these pictures in the order of his life. So, newborn baby, infant, young boy, young man, middle-aged man, and all the way over here. Oh, it's called End of Life. You push this, go to End of Life, and hit this switch, and ta-da! If you mess up when you push the switch for that one, those crows that are sitting on the railings there will get a small electric shock to make them come attack you. Man, that inventory glitch is useful. There's a dog here I had to avoid. Woohoo! Just in time. Come on. There we go. So you can actually glitch Jill through just because she's... I didn't push it over far enough anyways. That glitch I actually had to practice a little bit more. You can glitch her through at the bottom there. And then there's a way to glitch how she climbs up on the thing to be able to grab the crank a lot faster without having to push it out so far. So, how's it going? More green herbs. All healing items that I can use are very helpful. The problem with the dogs in this area is they have 2 or 3 different possible starting places and 2 or 3 different aggro areas where they'll take off after you. And due to the camera angle right there, and when you come up on the elevator later, you have no idea on any of it. So you can't really plan for it. Hey, that just means you got more time tonight. Run across the bridge. And dodge the snakes. The snakes aren't too much of a threat. If they get you, they can poison you. So that's dogs. And more useful items. I love the programming in these things AI sometimes. For anyone just joining, like I was saying earlier, it might take me a minute or two to respond to chat because sometimes it's hard going back and forth. So if it takes me a second, bear with me. Also, of course, there's a delay on top of the normal stream delay from like my computer to Twitch's servers to you guys. There's also a pretty good delay because of the capture card I'm using for my PS3 that has to convert to my computer, so I've got audio and everything else delayed, and hopefully it's syncing up alright on y'all's end. Okay. I don't think I need to grab anything out of here. Oh wait, I do need to do something else in here. Let's make a safety save. Usually I save them in different slots, as you were seeing. I didn't have much issue overriding that one because it's actually a pretty good run coming up here. I have a whole lot of healing items, more than normal, and I got hit way less than normal, so I don't need to go in there. Say hi to Plant 42. Get a good look at these enemies coming up, because you're gonna see them right now and one more time in a few minutes, and that'll be it. Don't really have to deal with bees too much. Thank God. Well, tell Miss Missy I said hi. I will gladly take more healing stuffs. So, I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook or not, when I posted the streaming schedule for it. We've got Director's Cut, which I'm doing right now with the Knife Only Challenge. 2 is going to be a Leon or Claire A scenario, Leon B scenario, with no weapons and no kills except for bosses that I don't have a choice on. I'm forgetting something really, really important. Actually, I forgot a couple of important things, so I had to go get hit by Plant 42 again. Leon and Claire scenario, or Claire and Leon with no weapons and no kills except for bosses, but I can't pick up ammo to stock up for bosses, so kind of stuck with whatever I start with and whatever I can get with the weapons as I pick them up. So I completely forgot to go into this room. It has 2 really important key items for me. Three is going to be on hard mode, no other restrictions. Code Veronica is going to be attempting an A rank run. Remake has no restrictions. Thank God. I'm not very good at Remake. 4 is handgun and knife only with no upgrades. Just run past him then. And that's what I mean by you can get trapped. Five is one weapon of my choice plus knife only. 6 is no restrictions, but I'm going to be playing through all 3 of the campaigns on it, so... So that vine that keeps attacking me, there's a statue at the beginning of that room, I'm sure y'all saw, that you can actually use. It looks similar to this one. You can actually use it to push over that hole so that the vine can't attack you. Just when you're trying to run through really quick like this, there's not a whole lot of point in it. The box puzzle, probably the simplest puzzle to figure out in the entire game. It's also probably the slowest going puzzle in the entire game. Mostly because of this part right here. So now I have to scooch this one all the way down the hall. Something that's kind of fun about marathoning these back to back like this is, I'll grab those herbs in a minute, but something fun about marathoning them these back to back is you get to see the graphical and gameplay improvements after each entry. I should be running through here really quick because you get to meet another short-term enemy named Neptune. The thing about Neptune is it's a giant shark infected, and no matter what your health status is, Neptune can one-shot you. So let's move the lever, and Neptune has been rendered harmless. So in practice, I actually skipped hitting that button for the longest time in the first practice run through because I completely forgot. I thought it was just an ammo room. I completely forgot about this. Go through the door. Oh, the guardhouse is really, really slow. I mean, Resident Evil is all about backtracking. But the guardhouse is probably the slowest going section. Just because enemies in this area are really, really sparse. It does make up for it with a pretty fun boss fight. I'll give it that much credit. Really quick guys, do you want to see Barry pop in to save the day? Yes or no? It's just a couple minutes to vote on it, so just type your vote in chat and whichever has more votes will go through with it. Seeing Barry here does not affect the ending. I'm getting the bad ending anyways. I can't defeat the Tyrant fast enough with the self-destruct using the knife. I'm not that good. Just in case, I'll actually go ahead and go mix VJolt. And voting ends when VJolt is finished mixing. If the yeses have it, then I'll just hold on to the VJolt. If the no's have it, then I'll go use it. Grab a chemical bottle. Grab a chemical bottle. I'm going to sound really crazy when I'm mixing this stuff together. Four, I'm going to need a second four. Take the two. Take the two. And 4 plus 2 is 6. Two plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 4 or 7 plus 6 is 13. I don't need another number 4. Number 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 13 is VJolt. Okay, I mixed it, and looks like everybody wants to see Barry, so it doesn't make too much difference in the fight whether you weaken Plant 42 or not. Not with the knife. The most difference it makes is a special little cutscene that you can get. Ouch. Ouch. Damn it. Whoa. Crap. I might have should have grabbed extra healing stuff. Yup, I should have. That's not good. The fight with Plant 42 is a little bit harder if you don't use VJolt, but I'm gonna have to go grab a couple of healing items. I don't know what I was thinking. So, if you're playing the game normally, and you have the bazooka there, when you go to face plant 42, if you don't do V-jolt, and you have flame rounds loaded, you can actually stand right at the door, fire 3 flame rounds, and the fight's over. It takes less than... It just takes like 2 or 3 seconds to end the fight. There's also a fun little trick that you can do with the bazooka and the handgun. If you can hit fire on just the right frame. Ouch. Ow. Crap. Jesus, he's harder than normal. Get up, Jill. There we go.
What the hell is this?
Love how Barry walks in,
Jill!
sees this going on, and just kind of casually walks up before he starts roasting this thing.
You saved me!
Yeah,
That was close. Thanks, Barry.
don't mention it. What a monster. I can't believe... What the hell is this place anyway?
And that's about the closest you're gonna get to good voice acting in this game. Can't believe I had to use that many healing items. That's really, really bad compared to how I did in practice. So you had an okay example of voice
Wesker.
acting. Now you get a horrible example of voice acting. Just listen to Jill.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Wesker keeps giving unnecessary pauses. Jill's
Jill,
accent
Our
changes
first priority is to get out of here.
with some extremely
Yes,
weird
you're right.
pronunciations in some spots. Where have you been?
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Alright. here's the second appearance of the bees that I told you about. Before I leave here, I need to run back down towards the basement to grab those 2 green herbs I left down there. That'll keep me from having to pull an extra one out, which is really nice. Alright. There's also a part coming up where I know there's not much music throughout this game. There's a part coming up where some of the background music, I go into the basement of the mansion, and for whatever reason, in the director's cut, the music for it just sounds like this horrible mashup of random notes. In the original game, it had a little bit of a creepy vibe to it. And for some reason, Director's Cut, the greatest hits version of Director's Cut and the DualShock version, which on the PlayStation Network it's DualShock, it has like the worst just random mashup of screeching tones. And no more Plant 42. There's nothing in there that I need to grab. I will go ahead and grab this thing. So I seriously might need it before too long. That radio conversation I just skipped is Brad, the helicopter pilot that took off in the intro and kind of stranded us here, asking if anybody's still alive. Unfortunately, the transmit button on Joel's radio is broken, so he can't hear her. Lots of little tricks to try to get past the AI in this game. What you're lunging at, man? Like, one fun trick is figuring out how to lure these dogs. Because again, there's certain points on the map that cause them to aggro, and bumping into them makes them aggro at you. So you have to figure out how to lure them away a bit so that you have enough room to run past them and keep running once you hit the aggro point. And now comes the most annoying part in the entire game to try to deal with, is the return to the mansion. Now I get to deal with these things. If you've watched my reviews on Resident Evil and Resident Evil 3, you know that these things are called hunters, and you know I especially hate them. I hate that I had to turn on the light in here when you can see the book. Just because I'm not sure. Okay. Up here, directly to the right. Ouch. Should have swung wide. Okay, I'm still in green. So. There's a note on the wall out there from Barry saying he left some supplies in here. Unfortunately, none of it's of any use to me. So, that'll leave me 2 in there. Okay, that'll have to do. Safety save, I'm back in the mansion. So this one, I'm not as happy with on how many healing items I had to use. So, make a second file in case I have to go back. If you're curious about why I have so many healing items, I'm about to have to fight that snake again. Except for this time I actually have to fight it, I can't just run away. And these stupid guys don't help any. And shoot past, damn it. It's okay, I can use this to go back to full health, at least. Alright, that's the last use I had for the helmet key. The other room it unlocks has the red jewel, but grabbing the Magnum's kind of a pointless endeavor for me right now, so. It's funny because the snake looks all beat up like you fought him earlier, even if you don't. If you've ever played the port of this game on the DS, you know it's entirely possible to beat this snake with just a knife. Because if you play through Rebirth mode on there, then you have to fight him in kind of this little first-person thing with the touchscreen using only a knife. The problem is there, it's a lot easier to counterattack and not take any damage. But he's dead, so not that bad.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
There is a trick you can do.
But I can't see very well.
with the snake.
How about going down to check by
There's
yourself?
an
I
exact
have a
spot
rope
you can
here.
run to when the battle starts.
Oh, do you?
And he'll
Well, then I'll
circle
try
you
to go
4 or
down
5
using the
times
rope.
trying to hit you and missing before he ever actually lines up to get a hit in on you. If I could have hit that, I probably would have only had to use one healing item on him. There's also a way to manipulate his AI where he completely traps
what's
himself in the
going
corner.
Now I've done it.
And then
Sorry,
you can
Jill.
kill him with the knife
Wait.
with no damage.
I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry?
And unfortunately, I'm not waiting for him because something I learned is saving Barry in itself is what triggers the second tyrant fight in this game. And unfortunately, like I said, if you trigger the second tyrant fight, then a self-destruct sequence starts at the end of the game, and I don't have the skill necessary to kill the tyrant fast enough for that. Ah. The spot you can be for that is so small. First time I ran into that zombie, I did throw my controller though. I was young and had no idea that they could grab you if they were on the ground like that. This. Ah. Rather be in yellow than orange. Hunters can one-shot you in orange. They will cut your head clean off. And yep, that's all I'm using up here. I don't need to grab the MO disc because I'm not going after Chris. So all I have to do now is get back to the garden area outside. Now this is the music, if you can hear it, that's really kind of messed up. Come on, bud. There we go. That should be good enough. Up these stairs and around. And woohoo! So hunters in these games, even when they leap, they always attack with their left claw. So you can actually exploit that to make dodging them slightly easier. Although, let me see really quick something. Cutscene not everybody knows exists. If you try to open the front door, you get to see a zombie dog. That somehow the door magically goes through. I will not be showing an updated version of that cutscene in Remake, because Remake did not update that cutscene. Instead, they let a zombie dog come running into the main hallway, and that's not good. Dogs are out of here now. Now they're just giant spiders. Really quick, because there's a hunter hiding off around that corner. Oh! Nope, nope, nope. I'm not dealing with the zombies. I've never gone back out that door when I came back through here, so... Oh, get away from him. That didn't work out. Oh well. One hit going back through there is better than it could have been. Okay, I have no idea where the aggro points were that time, but somehow I missed all of them. This little puzzle is a little bit annoying. Run back across here, across the bridge. Go down. Put the battery into another elevator, come back up, go back into there. Close that water gate up top off, and then come back down here to go to a brand new open path. Ouch. No, bad dog. Very bad dog. Well, that's gonna make things interesting. Do I get to another item box before that thing? Oh crap, it aggroed right away. Ouch. Bad spawn point for the dog. This is no longer working in my favor. I have more hunters to deal with and another boss with no healing items in inventory now. Unfortunately, the hunters come before the boss, and the boss comes before the next item box. Come on. Oh, he's not gonna go for it. And go for it. No. At least their point to get mad was way down away from them. Alright, hang on just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. And... oh look, a new ladder. Who would have ever thought that was there? Go through that first door. Go down to here. The other door technically can loop back over to this section, but there's nothing over there but grenade rounds and the first aid spray, so. And now we get to meet Enrico for the first time, part of STAR's Bravo team. Or as Jill likes to call him,
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Enrico.
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with me, buddy Jill?
What? Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Listen, the stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a
Alright
traitor.
guys, I'm gonna mute my,
Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
I'm gonna mute my commentary for a minute. I will be back in just a couple minutes. I have to make a phone call and I'm gonna keep playing too, so.
Enrico! Who killed him, I wonder?
Hey guys, really quick, I'm gonna pause it and I'll be back momentarily. Sorry. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm sorry for that. I had to go take some medicine for my back. It started spasming out really bad. Resident Beevil, thank you so much for that follow, man. I got the email notification while I was taking my medicine, so thank you so much for that. Alright. Boulder, run up here. I didn't get close enough to it. If you're not careful with this boulder, it is a really, really easy way to get killed. Plug my phone back in. And, figure out where my charger went. Get that plugged back in. Okay. And then run through here, dodge the hunter. And if I remember right, boss fight. I don't know why that spider froze. It has never done that before, but that just made getting out of that room so much easier. That's got to be the easiest fight with that spider I've had yet with the knife. I have one more set of mixed herbs. Oh, I'm not taking much with me. That crank I can put up. The difference between the two cranks, the first one is a square crank, has a square end. The second one has a hexagonal end, so... Now there's some snakes. Oops. Other way first. Alright, while I'm doing this, just to make sure nothing messed up technically, I'm gonna step away for a second. You guys can still hear me okay, yeah? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Alright. Hey, if you guys can hear me, I'm happy. So we'll go in here and do this puzzle really quick. And let's see if I managed to get that one right where I only had... Alright. I'm standing right in front of this thing, okay? And I couldn't use it. If I take So, technically I'm standing in the exact same spot I was, the camera just transitioned. That's it. This game gets so picky about where exactly you can stand for things. Let me just push this statue onto here. And now we get the Doom Book Volume 2. We will go ahead and get the stuff out of them that we need. Being the Eagle Medal and the Wolf Medal. Now we can get out of here. We don't even have to mess with that boulder. Out the elevator. Alright, we're almost done with the first game. A little bit of running through the lab and then the fight with the tyrant and then getting out of here. So I will gladly take those herbs. Because I still have to deal with the chimeras too. That one goes there. Eagle goes there. And the fountain drains to reveal an elevator. Item box. Take a couple of blue herbs just in case. Because the chimeras do have a chance to poison you. Okay. That worked out better than I could have hoped for. Especially with them getting that close. Alright, let's run down this way. Everything about this computer just screams 90s. So You're supposed to go through and find clues to give you the login. The login, the password, and the security phrase are the same just virtually every time you play this game. We're gonna unlock B2. And we need the security phrase. Alright, B2's unlocked. B3 we don't need because we're not saving Chris. Okay. No idea how that happened. I don't know how I didn't get hit. I don't know what I got stuck on. What I do know is I'm thankful that zombies' vomit didn't hit me, because the less damage I take right now, the better off I'm gonna be. Should be able to squeeze by him and run down here. Dodge by that guy. Good, is there anything useful in here? No, there's not. That one is just a way to get the final ammo disc. Okay. I don't remember exactly where to go on these. Just need to activate the power there. Run back. All the way down to the end. And then take another left. Or right, sorry. And through the door. Chimeras are fast and extremely dangerous. They're a little bit worse than hunters. Here I need to take the right, left, left. Ouch. Left, left. One hit so far. Ouch. Okay. Straight up. Out. Get out of there. Alright, so I never bothered to count on beginner. I only ran through beginner like once. Like I said, most of practice was playing on original and then playing on beginner for the marathon for safety.
I was looking for you.
Barry.
Jill. Don't
I know
be angry.
in original
I
mode
wanted you
it
to wait
takes
for me.
23
Barry,
hits with a
don't
knife to
screw
kill
up
the
again
tyrant.
like you did when you dropped that rope. Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I
Oh yeah,
thought.
spoilers, by the way. Wesker's the
I think
bad
you should
guy.
stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
So
Barry!
it happens off camera, but once Barry walks off, he actually gets attacked by a hunter.
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
And welcome back, Dragon.
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes. Though both you
So
and Barry
what
seem
is
to think
everybody's
I was
favorite
following
Resident Evil
orders
game?
From Umbrella.
Out of
So
curiosity.
you're planning something
Even if you haven't
else?
personally played one, if you've
If you
watched other
succeeded
people
in
play them,
developing the world's
what would
most
you say is your
powerful
favorite?
biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
And that thing is the tyrant. I remember being so scared of that thing when I was younger.
Tyrant virus is a super virus, which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful biological weapon in the world.
You don't mean you're experimenting on real people?
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten.
Also, spoiler alert. Wesker gets his ass handed to him by his own monster.
What? Don't come this way! No!
It can't control what it does.
Ouch. Nope. Nope. Which way is he coming from? Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, come on. I guess it would help if I re-equip my weapon. Ouch. Now! I don't know how it canceled out of his combo. Crap. Should have known better than that one. Damn it. The original is pretty good. I got over ambitious with that fight with him. Let's see here. Crap, I never did that last safety save. Oh. It is tough, especially with some of the early mechanics they have in it, because it wasn't as fine-tuned. It can make some of it a pretty decent challenge to get through. Yeah, put that there. I got over ambitious in that fight and didn't pay attention to my health. And apparently completely forgot to make the safety save for it. Well, luckily, it'll only take a few minutes to get back to where I was there. 'Cause here I just had to re-grab the battery, go back through the underground, and then go back through the lab. It doesn't take too bad. Alright.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry?
So for those of you watching the stream that has played Resident Evil before, what's your favorite challenges to attempt, if you've attempted any? This guy is not getting me a second time. If you haven't attempted any challenges, it's not really a bad thing. And challenges are just that. They're self-imposed to try to increase the longevity of the game if you start to get bored with it. I mean, I didn't play challenges in these for the longest time. I messed up on that one. I didn't run challenges for the longest time in these games, but I still had a blast playing them all the time. And say really the challenges are completely useless except for bragging rights. Come back around, go through here. I can't believe I forgot the safety save. Either in the lab or the underground. I mean, I've had a couple extra dodges so far, which I'm not going to argue with. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. The puzzles in these games can be extremely frustrating at times. Welcome back, kitten. But the puzzles in these games can be extremely frustrating at times. Especially if you're not used to playing super big puzzles, and along with like resource management like you kind of have to do with Resident Evil, at least the older ones. The newer ones act a lot more action oriented, except for 7 from what I've heard. I haven't actually gotten to play 7 yet. Man, I had a better run through the mansion this time than I did a few minutes ago. I think the only hit I took from hunters this time was when I first left the storeroom, and I'm not sure it's possible to dodge that hunter without blasting it with a shotgun or a grenade launcher. Hey, figuring out the fastest and easiest way to beat Zelda bosses is half the fun of those games. Walk, walk, run. See, Spirit Track, I was never a huge fan of it or Phantom Hourglass, really. I really think that in them, they relied just way too much on the stylus controls, the touch controls for it. And do I get good dog placement? I do get good dog placement. I managed to get through without getting hit. Okay, well, the second attempt, because I got too cocky against the tyrant, is actually turning out to be okay. Alright. We gonna trick the dogs this time? No, we're not. Alrighty. So, I asked y'all earlier about what your favorite Resident Evil game in the series was. Never stated mine. My all-time favorite is 2. It was the first one that I played. And I don't know. It just kind of stuck with me as being my all-time favorite one. It might have been because of the fact that I used to play with one of my cousins like almost daily. It felt like for the longest time until we finally beat it. And then we started working on trying to unlock all the special weapons and everything in it.
Is that Jill?
Now we run into Enrico again.
Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
What there? Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Listen, the stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Enrico! Who killed him, I wonder?
Also, if you're a fan of the games, and you haven't had the chance, you should check out some of the old novels that are just novelizations of like the first game, the second game. There's also in-between novels that explain some story. And while I don't think they're technically canon, they are really good reads. I forget exactly how far they went into it. Ouch, damn it. It really could have. My only guess on why he didn't shoot Jill is he still technically needs combat data on the Tyrant. Okay, there's no one. I didn't want to check it again. But I know part of Stars coming to the mansion was to get combat data specifically on the Tyrant. So because I've always thought the same thing too, is why didn't he shoot Jill then? Or why didn't he shoot Jill back in the guardhouse? I mean, Chris is locked up. Barry's basically under his control. And with Jill focusing on everything else going on, but at the same time, I mean, it could be argued that he could just use Barry for combat data. You know, lock Chris up, kill Jill, and then force Barry to fight the Tyrant since he's got his family anyways. Alright, I'm probably not going to get as easy of a boss fight against this guy. Nope. It's okay, we'll do it the hard way. You're not supposed to walk, you're supposed to just spit. Ouch. Not what I wanted to do. Crap. What the hell? Just go through the damn door. And the spider glitched out again, and this time in a really, really worse way. Alright, well, there's a blue herb in here. Hopefully Jill's not hurt too bad. Yellow, that's pretty good. I can live with that one. Take that. First crank can be put up. I'll go ahead and do the safety save here. Okay, see, I couldn't remember if the adaptation of Zero was the last, or if they had continued on with them. But I do remember it being interesting, especially the in-between stuff, which gave a little bit of story that you kind of got through, like files and stuff found in other games, but nothing really ever super confirmed. It's been forever since I've read them. I need to reread them. And if you guys happen to hear those explosions going off outside, I apologize about that. Sounds like neighbors are setting off firecrackers. Well, alrighty. More healing items. Strangely enough, not that a lack of them was what messed me up with the Tyrant. You ever do something like really incredibly stupid in a game that you've played through 100 times and you know better than to do? Oh yeah, wolf first. Guys, I do want to say follows and cheers and stuff like that. If I happen to miss any of them, again, I'm playing on the PS3, it's sitting on the couch right now, and I've got everything streaming through the computer. So if I do happen to miss something, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'm extremely thankful for anyone that gives me a follow or anything like that. Because, truthfully, I don't think I'm all that great at playing games like this, but I should grab an herb or two, a blue herb. But yeah, I don't really think I'm very good with commentary or gameplay or anything like that, so the fact that people want to sit here and watch me go crazy trying to play one of these games, I always find it amazing and really humbling. He puked. Oops. Cause if you think I'm going through it smoothly, you should watch the world record speed run of this game. It'll make me look like a noob. Specifically, watch a low percent, pretty good timed low percent speed run of this game, and you'll see what smooth is all about. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna step away for really quick. Actually, I can still do commentary, but I need to tweak something on the stream while I'm thinking about it. So I can't leave. That somehow guess I'm not gonna be able to do that just right now. Oh well. Oh well, it's not that important. Oh. I realized I never turned on the actual stream notifications for follows and things like that. I figured out to follow earlier because I got an email message for it, so I'll at least get through this. I might stop the stream for just a minute so I can put that on there and then boot it back up. So if I do that, okay, well that worked. If I do that, don't go anywhere because it'll take me really just like a minute and I'll be back. But gotta finish the game first. Dodge him, come down here. There we go. I guess way back at the beginning of this one, a little bit of the right types of movement will completely mess up zombie AI in this game. I don't know why it does it, but I'm really thankful it does. There's nothing in that room. Need to run to this side. And yay for dealing with chimeras again. Ouch. This one is take the right and then to left. Oh, they both drop down. I'm not arguing. They're easier to dodge on the ground than they are when they're on the ceiling. Ouch. Main thing that makes them hard to dodge when they're up on the ceiling is they cover almost the entire corridor you have available to you.
Jill! I was looking for you.
Barry.
Jill, don't be
Um,
angry. I wanted you to wait for me.
Barry, don't screw up again like you did when you dropped that rope.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to answer because it really depends on what you say, what you mean by poorly defined. Because, I mean, there's bosses like the first fight with Jan in this game that you can get in and out without hitting the boss once. The spider, you can manipulate its AI and
You did a
everything
fine
else
job,
to
Barry.
destroy the web and leave without
Just
hitting it.
as I thought.
I think you should stay away
There's a
from
few
Barry,
bosses
Jill.
like that.
I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Most of them throughout the
so
series are pretty
cruel.
well executed,
Well, you don't have to worry about anything.
in my opinion,
because
and the
you'll be
fact that
free
you can
from this
exploit
world
certain
very
things
soon,
about
Jill.
them if you're trying to get through the game quickly.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This
Frustratingly cheap
laboratory has
bosses.
been engaging in dangerous
Um,
experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
You know,
That's why having
putting it
stars
exactly
knows
like that,
is so inconvenient.
I'm gonna go with
So you're a
Alexia's
slave of
final
Umbrella
form
now,
in
along
Code
with these
Veronica,
virus monsters.
because
I think you misunderstand me, Jill.
it almost
To me,
comes
the
down to pure
monsters you
luck on
mentioned
hitting
mean
her.
nothing.
Because it seems like
I'm
as
going
soon
to
as you
burn
push the
all of them
button,
together
she
with
knows
this
before
entire
the
laboratory.
gun's
I
even
must
launched
complete my
and
mission
starts dodging
as
it.
ordered by Umbrella. Barry,
So it really
go
comes
up on the
down on
ground
that
and
one
wait
to a
there.
lot of luck and trying to manipulate her AI to guarantee a shot in.
Barry!
And the first time I fought her, you have infinite ammo, but you're on a time limit. I had like
Barry's such a fool.
2 seconds
He'll be
left
under
on the
control
clock
of Umbrella forever.
when she died.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl, but if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
Favorite
So
boss
you're going to
fight.
steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going
See,
to
that
show
one's
you the
tough
tyrant.
because there's a lot of extremely well done boss fights. Uh,
Tyrant virus is a super virus.
I guess I'd have to
which
say one of my
creates a
favorite
monster
boss
which is
fights would
much
be,
stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful
fighting
biological
Mr. X
weapon in the
in
world.
Outbreak File 2.
You don't mean you're experimenting on real people?
This is really
Just because Mr. X
easy.
is
All this power will be
kind of one of
mine.
my favorite tyrants that's shown
For the
up.
sake of an awful
and-
creature?
In File
Don't be
2, the
upset.
fight against him is a lot
All weak
harder than it is in
people exist
Resident
to
Evil 2. especially if you're playing on your own. I had to really think on that one, because if you're wanting to stick to a main series answer, then I would have to say the final boss of the original the first Resident Evil Revelations is a really fun fight. To me, he annoyed the crap out of a lot of people because he's cheap with teleportation tricks, but I enjoyed the boss fight.
What? Don't come this way! No!
It can't control what it does.
Alright. Ouch! No, no! Stop it! Jesus. Okay. Don't change the camera. Ouch. Ouch. Got him. Tyrant down. I only had to heal once. That's a new record. Well, that's one of the beautiful things about Resident Evil is it's a little different for everybody involved, kind of. What some people find cheap, some people may find a lot of enjoyment with. What a lot of people enjoy, some people hate. I mean, like I said, 2 is my favorite game in the series. But I know plenty of people that completely dislike 2. They're known as blasphemers, but they're entitled to their opinion. I know there's a lot of people that swear 4 is the greatest in the series, but I got a cheat boss for you, Resident Evil. Well, I did, and poof it went. Nope, it's gone. Crap. Guess it wasn't that cheap of a boss after all. Oh crap, Chimera! Go away, go away, go away! No, this isn't the room I need, but it'll reset their spawns at least. Some of the later fights with Wesker can be cheap, especially if you run out of ammo and you have to try to hit that stupid rocket that he catches with your knife. I've done that one before, it didn't work out all that well. Just go through the stupid door. Damn it, Jill.
Hi, Jill. It's you.
Barry?
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over, Barry. Wesker's dead.
Is that so? Jill, will you do me a favor? This is my last wish. Please give this photo to my family. Will you?
Sure.
Forgive me, Jill.
Oh no, Barry.
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is your last.
So, if you haven't played through this game before, or seen someone else do it, if I did everything right, which I think I did, then this should be basically the end of it. I should go up, set the flare off, and the game's over. If you save Barry, this is where you would fight the tyrant the second time in his R form, which is the tyrant's more powerful form. And you can either damage him enough, or you can run the timeout and you'll get thrown a rocket launcher like right near the end. But flare. That should be the end of it. Come on, going boulder punching is fun in 5 though. But you know, 5 was the most realistic. If there's ever a boulder in your way, you just punch it into the lava. Well, I have no idea with their animation why they had the helicopter shake that badly. Yeah, I've actually got Revelations 2 on the PS3. The main reason I didn't include it in the list is because the original, the first Revelations is on my 3DS, and capture cards for 3DS are like $500, so that one was kind of out of the question. I'm kind of in the same boat on 5. It was a lot of fun the first couple times I played through. Now I've got the Gold Edition, so playing through like the Lost in Nightmares and stuff, it's still pretty fun to me. But the main story is kind of eh. But it's kind of like 6. I mean, most of 6 wasn't that good to me, even the first time I played it. Though I did enjoy Leon's story in 6. Alright, game 1's complete.